We know Councillor St. Louis was not coming, correct?
He's working, isn't he?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, that's what his email said the other day, was that he wasn't going to be. He was working both when we asked what days to meet.
Okay. I should have FedExed you the gavel, Jody. You got
Get a wooden spoon. Get a wooden spoon.
There we go.
I
I got 18:30, so we're good to go.
Okay. Want me to start it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to our first Zoom meeting of council. The first meeting will be a special meeting regarding procedural bylaw amendment. Okay, I'll begin it by welcoming everybody to the special meeting on Monday, April 13th, 2020 at 6:30 on live streamed. The agenda is the first item on the agenda is electronic meeting details. To join the meeting, there's a website to go on, Zoom us, and you can find it on our webpage. Right, John?
Correct. And social media.
Okay. Okay, on social media. First item of business, I've just called the meeting to order. Item 3, additions and approval of agenda items. Are there any additions? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 4, declaration of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof. Are there any declarations? Hearing none, we'll go into item 5, CAO update. Report on the amendment to the procedural bylaw 27-2009. I'll turn it over to Mr. Hall.
Thank you, Your Worship. If at any point you can't hear me, just somebody wave. So with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the province passed Bill 187, the Emergency Act 2020, which amended portions of the Municipal Act to allow for those members participating electronically in council meetings to be counted in determining whether or not there is a quorum if a declared emergency existed at the municipal level or the provincial level. Previously, the province had made the provision in the Act permitting councils to allow for electronic participation in regular meetings during non-emergencies. However, those participating electronically would not count towards quorum. Council will recall we did discuss this when we were discussing the updated procedural bylaw, the draft we've been working on for the last few meetings. Bill 187 also provides a municipality may hold a special meeting to amend an applicable procedure bylaw for the purposes of allowing participation electronically. And electronic participation by a member in such a special meeting may be counted in determining whether or not a quorum of members is present at any time during the meeting. That's this meeting right here. So current discussion. Currently, Ontario Regulation 5220 under the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act prohibits organized public events of more than 5 people. This would include municipal council meetings. In order to facilitate future council meetings during the declared provincial emergency, an amendment is needed to the existing procedural bylaw, which is bylaw 27-2009. So the easiest thing to do was amend the existing bylaw, because I don't think we were ready to go with to pass a brand new procedural bylaw at this point. So we're amending the old one. We can bring the new draft one back, which will include this in it at a later date. So just some highlights. During the emergency, members participating electronically may participate in meetings that are closed to the public. The head of council or delegate may chair a meeting electronically. The clerk may clerk the meeting electronically. Meetings may proceed even though any or all members and or the clerk are participating electronically, which we are now. Council may hold meetings that are open to the public by live streaming those meetings on an appropriate internet-based platform that is generally available to members of the public. Zoom is free, so anybody can access it. Should internet services not exist, meetings may be held by telephone conference or other available electronic means. So we're using Zoom. That's the choice we've made. There is a call-in function as well too. So if someone doesn't have a camera or even a computer monitor, they can click on, they can go somewhere, get the link, and they can actually dial in. There are numbers they can dial it on. So council shall consider whether or not health and safety issues dictate that members of the public should not gather in council chambers, including but not limited to cases of epidemic or pandemic. When council makes this decision, the reasons for the decision not to permit physical attendance of the public shall be recorded in the minutes. So Jen and I will make sure that's in the minutes that we are meeting virtually or electronically because of COVID-19. If council decides to hold meetings electronically, the web link, phone number, or other electronic connection to access the meetings will be published on the municipality's website and in the meeting agenda. Should circumstances exist that the municipality's website is not available, notice shall be provided in a manner that will provide access to the largest number of ratepayers possible in the circumstances. If council holds meeting electronically, they will be recorded, and the recording of the open session of the meeting will be posted on the municipality's website as soon as it is practical in light of the emergency circumstances. So we are recording this meeting, and once we're done, we'll make sure the video is in appropriate format to download and post the link on the website. So financial implications, none at this time. Options are option A, that council approve the amendment to the procedural bylaw, bylaw 27/2009, to permit the holding of meetings electronically and allow for electronic participation in council meetings by any or all members during a declared emergency in response to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. And the appropriate bylaw be brought forward. Option B is that council not approve the amendment to the procedural bylaw and direct administration otherwise. Administration is recommending option A, that we amend the procedural bylaw accordingly.
Okay. Any questions before we move on? Having none, I'll ask John to read the motion.
I have a question, Jody.
Okay. Go ahead.
The question I have relates to the situation that we're in. We declared as a municipality, we declared an emergency, is that correct?
Yes.
And as I understand the emergency measures, we as councillors are supposed to keep minutes or notes when we declare an emergency as to the actions that we've taken. Does that apply in this case?
For the minutes of the meeting?
Well, for what we do during the emergency.
If we have meetings, we declared an emergency, but we haven't moved into the emergency phase yet. Correct, John?
No, so I think what Councillor Moore is asking, if I may, is everybody's duties in the plan say it, I think the last duty is everybody to keep their own notes. Is that what you're referring to, Councillor
That's
Moore?
correct.
So
That's correct.
were you thinking you'd keep notes just on your daily activities, or?
Well, that's what I wanted clarification on was,
Yeah,
like, I don't see the need for it, but I want to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
no, for sure. So it generally applies to those members of the MECG and any assigned or responsibilities that are included in the plan. I don't have the plan in front of me. It may say that councillors should be keeping notes, but that would really apply to you being in the emergency operations center or doing something out on the street as a member of council during the emergency, as directed by the community control group.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, and when we do have the MECG meetings, John is taking minutes and notes. Correct, John?
That is correct.
So
That's correct.
we have any other meetings that I'm aware of, Mike? But a good question. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, hearing that, I'll ask John to read the motion.
Okay. Need a mover and a seconder, Mr. Chair.
I'll ask you, want to read?
Oh, actually, I'll read it first. Sorry, that's right. I did say that. Resolved that council approved to amend the procedural bylaw, bylaw 27/2009, to permit the holding of meetings electronically and allow for electronic participation in council meetings by any or all members during a declared emergency in response to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, and that the appropriate bylaw be brought forward.
Okay, I need a mover. Bert? Okay, Bert Johnson's the mover. The seconder, Paul Malashewski. Thank you. Okay, is there any questions on this motion? Hearing none, I'll call all in favor and put your hands up. Okay, and I'll note that all members of council present have put their hands up. All opposed? No hands come up from opposed. The motion is carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you, council.
Okay. So we'll move right on to item 6, bylaws. And that is another similar along to that. And I'll ask John to read the motion for the bylaw.
No problem. Resolved that council approve bylaw 13-2020, being a bylaw to amend bylaw 27-2009, a bylaw for governing the calling, place, and proceedings of meetings.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask for a mover.
I'll move.
Mike Moore, seconder. Paul Malashewski. Is there any questions on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call a motion vote. All in favor? Hands up. All councilors present, put their hands up. Opposed? Hands down, please. Opposed? No hands went up, so motion is carried. Okay, we'll move on to the last one. And that is a motion to adjourn. I call for we don't need any explanation of that. I'll ask for a mover to adjourn.
I'll move.
Bert, seconder. And Paul Malashewski. Any questions on adjournment? We do now adjourn at, we resolve that we do now adjourn at 6:40 p.m. All in favor? Hands up. Opposed? Hands down. Okay, it's carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Meeting is over.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you on the flip side.
Council, you'll use the link for the other meeting, and those attendees that can hear me, there were 2 links sent out. Please use the link for the second meeting. Thank you very much.